Hey, this is Jeff Matson of Dark Star Orchestra, and you're listening to Richard Solomon on WCWP 88.1 FM.
What I really need, some kind of affection. All that I have is this little infection. Yeah.
All right, taking care of business. Rich Solomon, WCWP 88.1 FM, WCWP.org. Good morning. Welcome to the show. You've heard that song many a time, but you've never really heard the full story. One of the great joys of this radio show and being the host, and I'm honored to be on these airwaves, is to be able to not only play incredibly cool and different music, but to talk to the people and meet the people that make that music. So I'm just going to continue with a little bit more of that song, and we're going to find out more about that. So here we go.
Some kind of protection. Falling, my God, into this affliction. All that I love slip between my fingers. Leave it alone. I've been beating senseless. Tear me up, throw me down, drag me through this goddamn town. Spit it out, don't talk back. Give me something to relax. All I really need, some kind of protection. Falling, my God, into this affliction. Got to think things over. Falling for the moment. Got to think things over. Yeah. What I really need, some kind of affection. All that I have is this little infection. Tear me up, throw me down, drag me through this goddamn town. Spit it out, don't talk back. Give me something to rely. All I really need, some kind of protection. Falling, my God, into this affliction. All I really need, yeah, some kind of protection. Falling, my God, yeah, into this affliction. Got to think things over.
Rich Solomon with the rock and roll breakfast for you people out there. Okay, that band is Brother Mustard, and that song is from the Brother Mustard CD, and it is the intro to this radio show. And Brother Mustard is Jon Kushner, bass, harmonica, and vocals; Eric Stams, drums and vocals; Timmy Rockmore, guitars and vocals; Colin Tribby, lead vocals and guitar; additional backing vocals on It Don't Move Me, Tony Smith; and Rich Solomon on xylophone. No, that's wishful thinking. Okay. So I happen to have in the studio with me two of the members of Brother Mustard. I have Timmy Rockmore and Johnny Kushner. So, gentlemen, thank you for the incredible music that you've created. You know, people do not appreciate the amount of effort that goes into creating music. You know, we play it, we enjoy it, but it's just so. And you guys make some kick-A music. I want to be FCC compliant. So, so welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for bringing coffee and donuts and a whole bunch of fans with you.
Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful,
the whole
aren't
bit.
they?
And tell
Aren't they
them,
lovely?
you got a whole pile of people. And there's even people out there on the window like waving. We didn't even get that for some of the other bands that we had. So
We got a little security out there as well.
I don't know how they found out.
I may have said something in my sleep. I may have whispered something on one of the press shows. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First of all, you always get to ask the obvious questions. How'd you get the name Brother Mustard? Because I think that is a cool name.
Well, it was all Tim's idea,
Oh, really?
as I remember it.
Actually, it wasn't. We when we joined the band, Johnny and I were basically in New York, and we were looking for a band to find. We were auditioning with different bands, and we tried out different bands. And one time, actually, we had a guy that came in to audition with us, and we were writing songs, and this guy turned out to be Cashew, the lead singer of the Toasters. And we had this sort of audition sort of plan. We were living in a small apartment together.
Yeah. We auditioned probably like 50 to 100 people in that apartment, in this little junky apartment. And they would come up, and we had a lot of characters, early 90s, New York City.
So the Trial of Fire idea was basically to to basically see if people would like try the Kool-Aid, see if they were cool and stuff. We'd give them like a shot of like overproof alcohol. Like sometimes it would be like vodka or whatever. But we just we put it there with a little side thing of cookies.
Yeah, I think we made people nervous.
Yeah, it was
looking
weird.
back.
So anyway, we one day John comes home and says, "Hey, I think this is how it worked. You came home and you said I met this guy at a bar, and it was Eric, right?
I think it was you. It was Bar X.
Yeah,
Bar X. You knew him from Bar X, and you had been going in there for your after school drink or something, and he was the bartender.
Okay.
And he happened to be the drummer. Great drummer.
So that's it. I thought. Sorry, my mistake. I thought that you'd.
Memory's not serving you as well.
Yeah.
But so we actually auditioned for these guys.
Yeah.
And so the name Brother Mustard, I believe, came actually off of loosely based on the Beatles. The Mean Mr. Mustard had something to do with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. But they were going for a little bit of like a more urban feel.
Okay. Was Tim the Walrus?
Yeah. Tim, that was his nickname, Walrus. How'd you know that?
So
Cuckoo Kajin.
So basically, Colin and Eric really were the seed of the band in the beginning. Who aren't here? Eric is overseas in London, and Colin is somewhere I think down south.
Yeah, I think he lives in North Carolina now.
Right, and so hello.
Big shout out because you guys made some great rock and roll music. So
Thank you. Thanks for playing it.
Oh, let me tell you, we're going to play a lot more.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what I want to do? I want to play one of my favorite tunes. Now, Protection is actually probably my favorite song of all time because it's my show's theme song.
Great bass line.
So yes. So you're the guy that's do 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 do.
Yeah, I was very high when I came up with that. I could never play it over.
Well, that's and you're the Could you? Because I can't recreate it, but you're the
Yeah, lead guitar.
Exactly.
Yeah, all the guitars.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play a song called New York. Why don't you tell us a little about New York? Because it's a great song. It really summarizes New York.
Yeah, I think Colin really hit it on the nose on that one. It was just New York. You're going up, down. You're getting jogged around. Just kind of like it is a grid, and his guy just felt like I'm just kind of getting jumped around on this grid, and he's kind of like, it's just showing a little bit of frustration with New York and love hate. That's a real New York thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. And never forget the hate. So hold on, here we go. This is New York from the Brother Mustard album. You are listening to TCB Radio, WCWP, WCWP.org, 88.1 FM. And we are rocking this morning. We are totally rocking out with Brother Mustard. So for those who want to send us an email and tell us how cool the show was, tcbradio, WCWP at yahoo.com. And we love those emails, so keep them coming. We've had lots of rock and roll shows. In fact, one of my other favorite shows of recent vintage was the 2-hour Jeff Mattson interview from Dark Star Orchestra, which really rocked the house. That is on the station website, WCWP.org. It's the 2 parts. In fact, there is a live version of Locomotive Breath, a live version of I Know You Rida, and China Cat Sunflower are definitely some of the songs that we played on, and I'll leave the rest for you to explore. So we have some great stuff out there. In fact, I did see the Dark Star Orchestra out in Huntington in May, and they were unbelievable. So for those who didn't catch that show, definitely hit our archives, and if you want to see some great rock and roll live, definitely go see Dark Star Orchestra. I believe they are darkstarorchestra.net and jeffmatson.info, so check them out there. But right now, we're with Brother Mustard. So that was a song called New York, which was just phenomenal. And my favorite lyric is watching my soul fade away.
Yeah, each and every day.
It's so harsh. But it's so true. When,
New York does to you.
you know, you're on the subway, it's 1,000,000 degrees, you've schlepped to some place like the Environmental Control Board, the judge is already ready to, before you've opened your mouth, you and your client are guilty, of whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. They give you multiple tickets, it's the same thing. You say it's, duplicitous, and that it's all about money. And really, watching my soul fade away, really just, it's like almost like the soundtrack of what your experience is during the day.
Yeah, but it has that groove. It has the groove of New York.
All right, so let's talk about some of the music. You guys are a hard rocking band, and I happen to love that kind of music. You also did some great live music out on the road as well. Mm-hmm. And so talk a little bit about that. Let's hear some great stories from the road, writing stories, the inspiration of things.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, like I was talking about the groove before, and that's kind of me and Timmy set out to do, was just create the next great, I wouldn't say the funk band, but the next great band with, like soul, where soul meets rock.
We were listening to a lot of like serious like R&B. I remember like hanging out and going out to John's house, and he'd pull out like old stacks of vinyl, and we'd listen to like old R&B classics and Motown.
Yeah.
A lot of Motown.
A lot of Motown.
Yeah. And
so I mean, even though someone might not hear that right away when they listen to a Brother Mustard track, it's kind of like in the rhythm section.
The show theme song, which is your song, Protection, definitely has like a living color kind of feel to it to some extent.
We actually have a living color story talking about the road and stuff. When we had a huge fan base in New York and do.
I'm one of them.
Thank you very much.
Also, shout out to Paul Solomon, who also is a big fan too.
But back in the Living Color days, Corey Glover had a girlfriend who was kind of like a Band-Aid of ours, who would come out and check out the band, and we were all kind of like sort of intertwined in that scene. We were playing, and Corey would come to our shows. And the guys from the Spin Doctors, Chris Barron,
who I interviewed.
Really?
The Spin Doctors were interviewed on the show, and you can find that interview, I believe, on tcbradiorocks.podbean.com.
Cool. I'm checking that out.
I had
afterwards.
the Spin Doctors and the Gin Blossoms both on from.
Oh, nice. Yes,
I think it was
from that era.
Yeah.
The summer of 2011. I was at one of their outdoor concerts and was given some press privileges, and I got to meet everybody backstage. It was very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we, definitely like that, that sort of funk-minded, like, groove-oriented rock is kind of like where we were, really, running. And but there are kind of more important themes that we were sort of working out also that we really wanted to pursue, and I think it came out later in our writing. I think John was working on a song that I guess you may play later.
Which song?
Is called Don't Cry Machine. and basically
It's called Orlean.
yeah, it's well.
The bass player writes something, you don't have to remember the title.
The song is called Orlean, but the working title is "Don't Cry." The chorus is "Don't Cry, Machine," and it never.
Yeah, it's one of those songs where the title is never mentioned in the song, so I think that's where it throws people off. I wrote that about a dream I had where I actually woke up in the dream and I was a robot. And it was a future, and everyone was having sex. It was sort of like Sleeper.
Well, that's a good future.
Yeah, it was a
That's a
nice
bright
future, but I
future.
couldn't partake because I was synthetic. Yeah, I guess because I was a robot. So it came to me. Don't cry, machine.
We were doing, we got very intricate, and then we also worked on a road song called "Strange Albany," which we may not have time for, but also that led to a song called "Don't Move Me." And where we were really getting beyond the groove. There was still groove, but really there was more of like a songwriting. It had sort of more from like a club funk band into like a really, we were really like honing our writing.
Now, social media. We have to talk about this for
Yeah.
1 second. If people listen to the show and they crave more, which they probably will, is there a MySpace page?
I believe we're on the MySpace.
Yeah, we're out on the internet. There was some other band that did not have the same traction for a small amount of time that had the Brother Mustard name. But they, I guess, disbanded and disappeared off the internet. But we have an official presence, and you can definitely find us.
So,
You Google
and
us.
is that Brother Mustard NYC?
Well, if you do a Google, you can find there are a whole bunch of things about Brother Mustard out there.
Are you on YouTube?
Not yet,
Not
but
at the moment, but I think
yeah.
soon
By the
to be.
time this airs, there will be.
Yeah, there'll be comments
Right,
abound.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to play a live song now. I happen to have in my possession, because you gave it to me,
gold.
a live bootleg. I guess is this like the Dylan bootleg series? Something like that.
Yeah, this is dangerous stuff. When people go out and bootleg our shows, we'd let them do it all the time.
Well, look, the Grateful Dead used to let people tape, and
Oh, absolutely.
it certainly didn't hurt their ticket
very
sales.
Pro, yeah, very awesome.
Yeah, I actually some of these board mixes I was able to procure from like one or two fans, and I was able to actually master them a bit to get it together. And later on, I think we're having a special anniversary, and we're putting together a special package where I'm going to be working in the studio to master with Jon, and we'll hopefully put out like some of the live tracks.
Special,
with the
steamer
singles,
trunk
yeah.
and background photos and rare outtakes.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Groupie stories and
Yeah.
And this radio show.
yeah, that's right.
You know what you do? You package this in and the whole. By the way, your music is still available for sale, correct?
Yeah, I believe
right.
it is on CD Baby.
Yeah. There's you can find us out on the internet. I think there are a couple of definitely you can contact the websites, and we'll be able to get you a copy.
All right, well, I can tell you this. I was there at the very beginning. I think this says copyright 1995, but I was
Right.
there. I was there when you guys played with 22 Brides at Mercury Lounge.
Wow. That is so awesome.
Yes.
You go way back with us.
That's how far back I go. And I do believe I have a white and blue. Is it white and blue? A white and blue
the
mother
T-shirt.
The T-shirt.
Yeah,
yes.
the logo. Yeah.
I think I was one of the first T-shirt buys.
Oh man, this is
Yes.
historic.
Oh yeah,
You
I was there from the
are
beginning.
Most loyal fan, right here.
Yeah, and not only that, but I actually became a big fan of 22 Brides as well. And I think I bought every CD they
That's
ever
right.
made as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was some strange town upstate, and I found it at a garage sale or something. I found their CD. I was like, wow, I know
But
these
the 22
guys.
Brides?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's still out there. And Carrie and Libby Johnston are still making music. It's a little. They're not together, I think, as a band anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were together, they were great. So the double bill of Brother Mustard and 22 Brides in those days was actually incredible music. It was
Yeah,
it was
you
magical.
wouldn't think it would have been the pairing, but that's what I liked about it. We got eclectic, kind of mixes.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was, I also saw you somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, maybe the New Music Cafe or Tramps. Did you see us at Tramps with Milo Z?
I don't remember seeing it. It was somewhere else.
Okay, we played.
I know you played a ton of places.
Yeah, and we played
CBGB.
like all over, up and down the East Coast for sure. And
No, I definitely saw you in New York.
Yeah,
I should have gone on the road with you.
Yeah.
I would have gotten some great radio stories.
Definitely.
In New York, in the early days, we got to play with some amazing bands. We one of the highlights was playing with the Funkadelic.
That's a
which
great
was big-
story. Yeah.
which is a very funny story.
So tell us the story.
Well, that's it. We played. No, we got a call. I think it was Colin got a call from a guy who was producing us, producing our demos at the time. And this guy was in a band that somehow, I guess, had an opening slot with the Parliament Funkadelic.
George Clinton, right?
George Clinton, yeah. And so as I remember it, someone got sick or broke their leg and broke their arm in the band. They couldn't play. We get a call the night before saying, you're going to be opening up, or can you guys do it? And I think that was one of the most exciting nights of my life. We just we've made it. We've and also because we love that kind of music.
We were
that was
freaking out.
Freaking out. We went and we met at the bar. We met down at the Bar X, and we just I think it was even the anticipation of that happening was probably almost as good as actually doing it.
It kind of united the band at a critical time because before we were the young ones, me and John and Colin and Eric, were a little older, and and then all of a sudden we started getting these like pretty cool profile gigs.
Yeah,
and
it was a good resume piece.
Yeah,
too.
sort of put us right on the. But I remember like going out to that show. It was somewhere in the meatpacking district, in this new sort of like almost like a. Kind of felt like a weird speakeasy, like
it wasn't around long. It was called the World or something like that, in Little 12th Street.
In the No Club, like like 4 floors of different things, and they had and there was a main stage with us and the Funkadelic, and it was just absolutely decadent. We were like in the meatpacking district. Actually, I think in like the backstage area, we had our own special floor, and there were like meat lockers and stuff. You remember this?
Yeah, and I remember one of the guys kept calling me Dana Carvey. I had long hair, and I wore these stupid glass frames without the lenses. And he just said, Dana Carvey, how you doing, man?
Those guys were so cool. We had a food fight. After we played, they were like, they're all getting ready. They have to put on their clothing and and stuff, and they were making the crowd wait and whatever. And they gave us huge props, and then it kind of got like a I love you fest, and then someone threw like a apple pie or something. It got out of control.
Wayne's World,
Yeah,
excellent.
That was pretty popular. That was a little fresher in their minds then.
But I remember going out of that thinking, wow, man, we really earned our stripes.
That was an incredible night.
Food fight with the Funkadelic.
All right, you are listening to Taking Care of Business on WCWP 88.1 FM on the dial. Keep it locked here, tcbradio.com. This show could also be streamed and podcasted off of WCWP.org. Now, if you were playing live back then, would we have been listening to Truck Driving Man? Would we have heard that?
Yeah.
All right, well, I happen to have that right here. Wait, no, I think that's that.
Nope.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
That was New York.
No, that's the wrong one. So wait, no, this is. Oh, let's see. I think I need number. I'm going to play something else.
Okay.
All right, but you'll recognize this song. Let's see. You'll recognize this. No, that's not what I want. No, let's see. Oh wait, we have a little technical issue. So you talk, and I'll fix that.
Yeah, no, I think that was a reprise. That was a reprise of New York.
Yes, that was.
When you were playing earlier, it's such a schlep, girl. I don't know. Can I say obviously I could say the lyric. New York, you're such a bitch, girl.
Yeah, you bitch you can say it
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I think the Rolling Stones said all kinds of things.
yeah. I mean, you can
Is
say
there one of their
anything
songs
now.
like
Yeah.
bitch or something like that?
You're such a schlep.
You're such a schlub guy.
So wait, I want to put this track in. Let's see. All right, keep talking.
I
keep
think he
talking.
wants to play. Well, Truck Driver
I'll
Man
play
was
Truck-
the first tune we wrote for Brother Mustard.
That's right.
Yeah, and so that was. I think that was about the riots. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's Truck Driving Man.
Yup.
There you go.
Live.
There you go. The mic's alive, so feel free to comment.
I remember this moment. Where do you think this was? 2 Timmy.
Wow.
Who's doing that wah-wah thing?
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun.
That's Timmy on the wah-wah. He rocked the wah-wah so hard. I think you brought the wah-wah back.
You know, it's funny that you should say that because, you know, I didn't. But I did enjoy the wah-wah a lot.
This was high energy.
Yeah, this song was about Reginald Denny, right?
Yeah, it was.
And the LA riots, right?
Yeah, it was a little. You know, it was not the tack everybody would have taken. You know, talk about the one white guy that got beat up, but you know that was what was on Colin's mind lyrically, I think. You know, but you kind of brought the Starsky and Hutch wah-wah pedal to it.
Yeah, we were grooving out in the room one day, and it just sort of came together. I think. And this is live. This is one of our first shows, I think.
Do you remember where this was?
I think this may have been one of our earlier shows, like at the Elbow Room.
The Elbow Room, which was originally Cafe Go-Go, I think, on Bleecker Street.
Yeah. We definitely we're on 5.
Solo. Listen to this solo. Oh, it's on fire. You were kind of influenced by the Cult.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
What have we done here?
It's funny, you can hear people kind of partying in the background a little.
Truck driver man, it's you down there. Make you pay. It's you down there. Oh my girl, if this is gone, and my days will not get told. Driver man, don't you go down there? They're gonna make you pay. Oh, I'll make you pay. I ain't truck driver man. Don't you go down there? Yeah, gonna make you pay. Gonna murder something out from a Hollywood town. Gonna murder something out. Burn Hollywood, burn, yeah.
Whoa, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's high voltage.
That's very cool. All right, was that a crowd pleaser in the concerts?
That brought the house down. That was the first song we wrote with Brother Mustard.
Right.
We wrote that groove, and it all kind of came together.
Yeah, that
Rhythm section, wah-wah pedal.
funky bass.
Your wah-wah pedal. His wah-wah pedal was legendary, and he kind of brought a mixture of the early '70s kind of blaxploitation aspect and fused it with a more modern kind of on fire thing. Very influenced by the Cult as well, which is a band we all loved.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty. I remember our mission, John and I, coming from Long Island to two young lads. We definitely, we were going.
You're from Liverpool?
Two
lads?
Two young lads from Liverpool.
wanted to go that that funk route, and really, really get totally soul. And
Well, what's interesting, I think the Cult was just on Rockline in the last month
Yeah, I
or
think
so
they're
on
playing.
commercial radio. Yeah,
I think they're playing around.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good
I
to see.
we saw them like it was last year. We went to see them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
All right, so we're going to definitely play as much music to pack it into this hour as possible. So the next song I have queued up is "Feed Me." Want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh God, yeah. "Feed Me" is a funkalopolis kind of song that has many different parts.
We never recorded it. This
We-
is
yeah,
these are
it's
these are
only live.
bootlegs. Yeah, these are bootlegs of the stuff that we used to play that we in the early days that really kind of sparked where we were going. And ironically, it's really funny because before the record came out and all the stuff that everybody knew us for, like
me, yeah.
like Protection and stuff, the guys from the Spin Doctors and Corey, everyone thought we were we were so funky. They'd come out and they'd hear these songs, and we never recorded them.
This song was about something very important to human beings.
Okay.
It's about masturbation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring masturbation into the subject matter here. Come on. Make y'all feel happy. There you go, you guys need to cool off a little bit. Roll me with your big hips. I got plans in your need. I'm a sex offender. You just make me better. Come on, yeah. Woman's live gonna hate me. I don't care, just take me. Let me lie in your arms. I won't do you no harm. Feel, but I got to see what's right in you. Talk to me, come upon on queen, I can eat. Good baby. My fingers, they got blisters. Looking at your sister. I don't give it much thought. Look to you to get out. Take me to your limits. I'm a child for 5 minutes. Let me lie in your arms. How about you now? Yeah, man. No one got to see what I do. Oh, talk to me. You're my pawn of queen. How do you no one lose control when you're on the floor? Yeah. Come on, yeah! All the power of your life, make a different future. Come together, come together. Oh yeah, try me, pages of your life, the pages of your life, pages of your life, pages of my life, oh, pages of your life, pages of my life, too, pages of my life. Pages of your life, well, pages of my life, too. Pages
All right, you are rocking with Rich Solomon, tcbradio.com, 88.1 FM, and you are with Brother Mustard because we have Brother Mustard in the studio this morning. This is so cool. This is why my job here is just so cool.
Thanks for having us, Rich.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, it is my honor and pleasure to be here to play for people out there some music that they may not be familiar with. I know they all know the theme song to the show, which is really your song. But this gives them a little bit of a window into some of the other really cool stuff.
We are honored. We are honored to have been part of your show.
All right, so now, I guess because of NYPD Blue, we could play this song.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Dennis Franz and his ass.
That's right. All right, so this is a song called, I'll just say A-Hole, and I'll let the song speak for itself. So let's see. All right, because there's so much to say in so little time, we're going to play the song in the background, and we're going to talk about stories from the road. So let's continue.
Stories from the road. Well, one comes to mind. We were playing Vassar College.
Up in Poughkeepsie.
Up in Poughkeepsie, and I believe we were on the same bill as Black 47, the Irish folk rock rap prog rock band you may have heard of. So we had a bill with them, and I remember at the time, no matter what we played, people used to mosh to it. It would just kind of like erupt no matter what kind of style song
This
we
was
were
the
playing.
college circuit, so we were playing like, big size venues with like, big college bands. And Black 47, like, we were really excited to do it. And, I remember like, hearing about how much they got paid versus us. And
I think I think I brokered that deal. I think I got us $200 in free beer, but it wasn't even the kind of beer we asked for. They gave us a cheaper domestic brand. Yeah, I think they would only go domestic. They wouldn't go imported for us.
of course, Black 47, they're endorsed by Guinness, so like.
But
it was fun.
we love them.
We caused a little riot.
Well, it was, I don't know if it was a riot, but yeah, so people used to just, everyone would just kind of like slam dance, if you want to use the parlance of the 80s, mosh, kind of tear it up a little bit in the front. And they weren't into that. It was kind of a funny thing. They didn't, I guess they weren't used to it at their shows. So I remember when they went up there, they were yelling at the crowd, like, you're not going to do any of that. None of that's going to happen while we're playing. And it became a little bit rigid. And ironically, as they weren't moving around, during their set, during the Black 47 set, a couple of the amps actually fell right into the crowd.
Whoa.
Right.
I'm sorry, not the amps, the speakers.
Yeah, speakers.
Yeah, the very large PA system speakers out in the front.
Yeah.
And they fell on people, but no one was seriously hurt.
But we caught a little bit of heat for causing a ruckus.
Yeah, I think they blamed that on us, and it wasn't.
Not the band, but the school venue.
Yeah.
Well,
Black 47 is pretty cool.
Yeah, they forgave us.
so if you had a favorite song, now I won't play it, but if you had a favorite song, I asked Timmy Rockmore, which is your favorite song of all the songs? And I'm going to ask the same thing to Johnny.
What from
all of the Brother Mustard songs that you've created together? I'll tell you mine. Mine is definitely Protection. I don't know what it is,
Really?
but I'll tell you why. Because for radio purposes, that whole do 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 gives you like a great opening. It's super clean. It's
the
22.
bass, the
It's
bass.
22 seconds before it gives you a nice like lead in. So it's really nice.
I have to say, like, that is probably, I mean, not tooting the band's horn or anything.
I want you to toot them.
I'm-
This
I'm-
is shameless radio promotion.
toot us, please.
101.
I'm giving props to my good friend and co-writing compadre here. It's probably like the coolest bass line of all time. I
Wow,
have to
yeah,
say.
that's
like
crazy.
when I
Thank
play
you.
that for friends, they go, "Who the hell is that?" Like
We
what-
played that at a wedding. We were asked to play at a wedding because of that song. A friend of ours had it in a church, and we started playing. And all the old people got, they covered their ears like, we got to get these guys off the stage.
But hands down, I have to say, like Johnny, with back in the day when we used to play, John had this. Now he's got lots of gear and he's got a really fancy bass. But he had before when we first played, he had this. He had this black bass that was missing tuning pegs on it. So in order to tune it before shows, he'd take like a pair of pliers, like a plier wrench.
yeah, I don't know. I
Like,
never fix anything. I
it's
don't,
hilarious.
I don't like change.
But that bass, has he was doing a lot of writing on, and like I think back in the day when we came up, like with a lot of the songs, like and especially the music in Brother Mustard came out of us, and John came up with that riff, and it was off the hook. I couldn't.
Yeah, that's how we came up with a lot of grooves, and then we just kind of get together, jam with the band, and they would evolve into songs.
Right. And but I just once again, that is probably one of the coolest bass riffs of all time.
Well, thank you
for
very
me.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Oh man,
I know it's hard to say because like, who's your favorite sibling or child?
yeah.
But
I'd say out of all the tunes, well, the one you played earlier, "Feed Me," which wasn't recorded, on the record.
never captured live. Yeah,
It was just
It's
live.
captured live
it was just
only, yeah.
live. I used to love playing that song.
That was a fun
it was
song.
just fun. It was relentless and funky. This song, as a song, I think that's playing in the background. Where have all my good friends gone?
Yeah, it's because we have only 11 minutes left, and I definitely want to play one very special song at the end.
Yeah, that's okay. We can.
Yeah.
I want to talk over it. Yeah.
In a little bit, we'll let this roll for a little bit so you can hear the groove. But a great song.
Red
Yeah, this one's like kind of a slow burn too. It was always received really well. It was very emotional, for the audience.
This song had been on a couple of television shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this and Protection were on TV.
America's Most Wanted.
No, like A&E, something on A&E.
Can you feel it? What the hell is that to do, yeah? Can you feel it? Oh, I was right, yeah. Won't you tell me? Won't you tell me? Where have all my good friends gone? Won't you tell me? Won't you tell me? Where have all my good friends gone?
I think this song had maybe more pop appeal than some of the other stuff early on, right?
Yeah, easily. And the background vocals were just like really on point.
Yeah, that was when Colin was really into like tripling and like doubling, tripling his vocal.
Yeah, and
And he did it very well.
I think Eric also like sang a little, and
Eric, a drummer,
Yeah.
would do a lot of background vocals as well.
and we'd switch off a little bit on some things, but this came out great.
This is almost like the director's cut of a movie, where with the producer's comments.
Right, yes,
In this scene, we were trying to capture the essence of Indiana Jones.
Yes, I remember your cousin was the hair cutter in that there, the hairdresser in that part. No. Actually, I love those.
No, I think this is great because this is like, I love doing behind the scenes shows. In fact, one of the shows that you'll be hearing out there in Listenerland is I was aboard the USS Wasp for 2012 Fleet Week, and I interviewed all these people, including people who work with jet fuel, ordnance, mortars, heavy-duty machine guns, co-piloted helicopters. So in the weeks ahead, you'll be looking for the interviews aboard the USS Wasp, which is a Navy vessel that is a combined U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine strike force platform. Very cool.
Wow.
And we went way behind the scenes. We talked to people from the medical department, dental department, got some great stories from everybody.
There's a little more at stake with those folks.
But they like rock and roll, so that brings you right back here.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So do you still get fan mail?
Do I still get fan? I get hate mail. Not from this, just from old girlfriends.
I'm
and
not
stuff.
talking about like public utility stuff.
Oh, okay.
Pay your bills.
right. Aside from the collection agents, occasionally, like an email or something.
John, it's the
something like
IRS calling.
Right.
Tell them I'm busy.
I know. Timmy was sort of a big favorite with the stalking set.
Oh man. It's funny, like in bands you joke about guitar players and stuff, and like, I definitely had, the other guys that, there are a lot of girls, like going to check the band and like hang out backstage and whatever, and special friends.
Didn't Grand Funk Railroad sing about that?
Oh yeah, Sweet Sweet Connie or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, I'd always get like the guys kind of, standing up front looking at the
You get the
foot
gearheads.
pedals.
The gearheads love Timmy. They love
Yeah.
talking about gear.
Look, he's got that. Wah! It's almost like a little bit of a Stevie Ray Vaughan influence, almost.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a tinge, but yeah.
No, I don't think you'd be ashamed of that.
no,
you
not
were
at all.
way into him. Used to play him all the time.
Definitely. Like, my favorite guitar players of all time, that who I still want to play with, I'd love to, Joe Walsh. If Joe Walsh is listening anywhere in the vicinity, I would love to play and jam with you. I'll come out and play. I know all your songs.
Believe it or not, he was just on Rockline not that long ago.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And he has a new album out, and I believe the Eagles are doing some kind of reunion / tour.
See, I thought they promised that every time they do it, they say they're never going to do it again.
Well, what was it like Kiss? This is the 5th final farewell tour.
Right, yeah. They just keep on coming. I think Timothy B. Schmidt was just playing as well from the Eagles.
Oh yeah,
the bass player. Yeah.
But does he sometimes plays with Ringo in like the All-Star bands?
Yeah, he is part of Ringo. I think this was B.B. King's. He was alone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had that.
He had
golden
great
voice.
hair. He had great, like, stringy hair.
So who else you like? Who else do you love in guitar? I mean, for me, I was always a big Eddie Van Halen guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Vai.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck. I saw him recently. Jeff Beck just played at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think it's with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow.
And he was also on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Even going back to like the Rod Stewart days.
Yeah.
I just love his. He's just so innovative.
Do you remember rock videos?
I do.
One of the greatest rock videos that I remember was Stevie Ray Vaughan doing Superstition, and it was just the funniest video because he's walking under ladders, he's playing with black cats,
Right,
and,
very on the nose.
Things with horseshoes and and all this other stuff. And I don't want to spoil the video, but he does all these things, and at the very end, Stevie Wonder appears and goes, "Oh, here, kitty, kitty." All right, so now we have 5 minutes left, so I'm going to play this completely out. So we're going to talk over it a little bit. This has come together live, which must have just completely rocked. So why don't you guys talk about while I set this all up?
Sure.
This was a song that Tim wrote.
Actually, like if you listen in the crowd somewhere, Warren Haynes from the Allman Brothers had come to see us play, and
You could pick Warren out.
yeah, you
on the
can hear him.
crowd.
I think he's going. But this is one of our hotter shows.
Yeah, we slammed this.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we should crank it up for a minute, and let it roll.
I hear it coming.
Little tune-up session, but it's coming. Keeping the crowd at bay.
Yep, if you're a little loose. It's like a bootleg right off the board, so it's a little hot.
I think this was at the club AKA, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I just remember there was like the after party on this was insane.
You remember it? I can't even remember it. It was so good. This was actually an awesome venue, if I'm thinking of the right place, because everyone that worked there, the bouncers, the bartenders, they all were in a band that we used to play with as well, and they loved us, and we got a lot of free stuff because of that.
Yeah.
Love free stuff.
A lot of drinks, a lot of love.
Yeah. Yeah, the waitresses were kind of nice too.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
So if people want to get in touch with you, you want to give out any email, contact information?
Yeah.
We're closing the show. Car Talk is coming up next.
Well, I guess you could definitely go and Google us on Brother Mustard, like out online, like, and we're both doing different projects too, also, and John and I are working on songs for also another project that we can't really talk about until a later date.
Double secret, super probation.
Double secret, top secrets for the government. It's, you might have heard about it on the Wasp when you were on there.
Exactly.
All right,
Actually, I'm sorry. If someone wants to email eljohnny@yahoo.com, they're welcome to.
And how do you spell Johnny?
ELJONNY, no H.
Okay, there you go.
And if there's any tax people or whatever, I'm not around.
Right.
You don't know me. All right, you do. But everybody out there, you know me. This is Richard Solomon, 88.1 FM. Thank you for listening. We're going to play Come Together to close out the show. But let me just say this. Thank you for listening as always. It is an honor to be on the airwaves with you. Keep listening to us, 88.1 FM. WCWP.org, tcbradio.com, tcbradiorocks.podbean.com, and tcbradio.podbean.com, and other venues and other podcasting in the future. Anything in the last 10 seconds, Timmy? All right, Johnny.
Just want to thank you. Keeping the faith.
I'm a loyal fan. So next week you'll be hearing the Brother Mustard intro song, as we always do. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for listening.